Alright, what's happening everybody? It's your boy Akeem and welcome to today's vlog. I'm here to continue my top 10 rankings for all of the positions of this year's Fantasy Football League. Today, it's all about my tight ends. At number 10, a little bit of a surprise. I'm going to go with Zach Miller from the Oakland Raiders. I don't think a lot of people are showing him some love. A lot of people are overlooking this kid. He's a big, tough, bruising tight end who could give you those tough yardage after the catch. I think he's a great tight end and I think a lot of people need to start looking at him. At number 9, I'm going to go with Owen Daniels from the Houston Texans. He was injured for some of the season last year, but he is still a great Pro Bowl caliber tight end, and I think he could help out the Houston Texans offense and Matt Schaub being another passing option for the passing attack. He's a great tight end, and a lot of people are definitely going to look at him. Most people do have him in their top 10 and tight end as well, but we will see how he performs this season. If he is healthy, he's very dangerous. At number 8, I'm going to go with Jermichael Finley from the Green Bay Packers. Him and Aaron Rodgers showed a little bit of spark between the two, having a great connection, but he was injured for just about all of last season due to a knee injury. But he is back for a full season, and he's a young buck from my University of Texas. He's a great athletic tight end, and he has outstanding hands. I do like him at number 8. At number 7, I'm going to go with Dallas Clark from the Indianapolis Colts. He pretty much screwed a lot of people's fantasy football leagues because he was injured for just about the entire year. Due to that injury, a lot of people lost their points and pretty much felt like they wasted their pick. But he's still an outstanding Pro Bowl caliber tight end as well. I think he's projected to have at least 1,000 yards receiving this year. I think he's going to stay healthy this year, pay more attention to being more durable, working on that and staying healthy for the year. And I think with him and Peyton Manning still having a great combo between tight end and quarterback, he's still a great tight end, and I still have him projected over 1,000 yards receiving this year, as I said. At number 6, I'm going to go with Marcedes Lewis from the Jacksonville Jaguars. To me, he's pretty much their main target for the Jaguar passing corps, for the passing game. He's a big player. 10 touchdown receptions last season, plus 700 yards receiving overall. He was one of the top tight ends overall in points for the Fantasy Football League, and I really like this kid, so that's why I have him at number 6. At number 5, I'm going to go with Kellen Winslow, the tight end from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Him and Mike Williams are great options for Josh Freeman, and Freeman is definitely going to keep an eye out on Kellen Winslow. Like his father, Kellen Winslow Sr., he has great hands and good route running ability, and he can give you those tough yardage after the catch. So I have him at number 5. At number 4, I'm going to go with Chris Cooley from the Washington Redskins. I know some people might disagree with me on this one because Washington Redskins use a double tight formation, and they also use Fred Davis as another tight end to pass to. But Chris Cooley is one of the best tight ends in route running in the middle of the field, inside of the numbers. He's a great tight end who could also give you some tough yardage after contact. He's one of their main targets for the Washington Redskins, and that's why I have him at number 4. At number 3, I'm going to go with Vernon Davis from the San Francisco 49ers. He ended up starting bad in his career, but he ended up sprouting up and getting his attitude together and making it to the Pro Bowl last season. He's a great tight end, and he deserves his number 3 spot. Great hands, and he has great work ethic. He's actually turning his career around for the past couple of seasons, making Pro Bowl type seasons. I do like him. At number 2, I'm going to go with Antonio Gates from the San Diego Chargers. Now, I have him at number 2. I know a lot of people might have him at number 1, but the reason why he is number 2 because a lot of people are concerned about his durability. He ended up getting hurt for some of last season, so that kind of had me put him at number 2. But he is still, to me, the best tight end in the National Football League. But the reason why I have him at number 2 is because of my number 1 player, Jason Witten from the Dallas Cowboys. Out of all these tight ends, to me, I think he has the best hands. He had over 1,000 yards receiving, and he's very consistent, durable player, and he stays healthy, and that is very important in this fantasy football league. In order for you to get some points, you have to stay healthy. And Antonio Gates, after him getting hurt last season, I had to drop him at number 2 and put Witten at number 1. Witten deserves it. He has been consistent and healthy. That's all I really need to say, and that's why I have Witten at number 1. Now, some honorable mentions I want to talk about are Rob Gronkowski of the New England Patriots. He had a couple of good yardage last season, plus a couple of touchdowns, and also Aaron Hernandez, the other tight end for the New England Patriots. I don't know who would do better this year. Last season, Rob Gronkowski did better, but Hernandez was a rookie as well, and he sprouted up last year as well. Also, I cannot forget about Tony Gonzalez of the Atlanta Falcons. Can't forget about him. him old, but he's old, but he has a lot of experience and he has a great work ethic. I like him. There's also Dustin Keller from the New York Jets. He's a great tight end, and Brandon Pettigrew from the Detroit Lions. With Matthew Stafford coming back, I had to put him at an honorable mention. He has over 700 yards receiving last season, and that's why I have to talk about him just a little bit. Now, my sleepers. I have two sleepers, but my main sleeper is Jimmy Graham from the New Orleans Saints. With Shockey no longer in the team, Graham will be that main top tight end that Drew Brees is definitely going to look at down the field, in the middle of the field. And also Tony Moeaki, the tight end from the Kansas City Chiefs. I know a lot of people are not thinking about him, but he had 550 yards, over 550 yards receiving last season. He's a good, decent, reliable tight end, and I think a lot of people need to keep an eye on him. Most people are overlooking him and not even thinking about the Kansas City tight end because of Dwayne Bowe and Jamal Charles and Matt Castle. But a lot of people aren't talking about Tony Moeaki, and he's still a great tight end. He's coming out of Iowa. He had a good rookie season, so definitely keep an eye on him. But my main sleeper, I'm going to go with Jimmy Graham, but do look for Tony as well. Now, for the next video, I'm going to talk about my top defenses in the NFL and give you my top 10 defenses for the Fantasy Football League. I will show you that video on Thursday, because tomorrow I'm going to go back into college football and give you my SEC preview. Thank you for watching today's vlog. I'm your man, Akeem McCall. Be easy.